Welcome to the Temple of Flame. On today, Faith Blacklights, we take a look at this. And what this delightful, wonderful gem is, from Adoboloco, it is the Jalapeno Chico. And open, pour, enjoy, repeat. We've got... I'm not getting lime, thankfully. They call it jalapeno garlic hot sauce. Very hot. You can see we're down to... I don't know if you can actually see this. But we're down to... maybe a little bit under half the bottle because I have just had such a blast with this sauce. And they're calling it a taco sauce. It is good on tacos. It is good on pizza. It is good on nachos. It is good on burritos. I don't know what taco rice is. Huevos, rancheros, ranch eggs, I guess. Chilaquiles, and so on and so forth. I will say that I have not really found anything that I don't like this on because I love that smoky combination. Like they hit on such a winner here. This is just a phenomenal sauce. Starting, unfortunately, with apple cider vinegar, then we go to smoked jalapenos or chipotle. So it could be chipotle Chico. I don't understand what jalapeno boy or boy jalapeno, whichever you prefer, is meant to be. I'm sure it's supposed to be jalapeno boy, but odd. Sea salt, garlic, smoked paprika, nutritional yeast, smoked ghosties, Trinidad Moruga powder, scorpion pepper powder then, and inactive baker's yeast. And it has just got, there's a wonderful umami to it, thanks to the yeast. But the smoked ghosties are, along with the smoked chipotle and smoked paprika, are just really the star here. And I think that the, surely they put in the scorpion peppers just for heat. I actually stopped using this for a while because I was like, it's not going to make it. And I am not averse to getting another bottle of this. One of the few sauces from the show where I'm thinking to myself, you know, I wouldn't mind. I would not mind another bottle of this. Sort of this brownish. It's almost it looks like a lighter version of A1 to me. I don't know if you can catch it, but there's little tiny flecks of red in there, which I assume are one of the peppers. I don't know if you can see it here or not. But yeah, it looks really, really super good, I think. It's a nice looking brown. It's not a muddy brown. It just looks good. It smells great out of the bottle. Like just, there's your bottom line up front, right? This is a phenomenal, phenomenal sauce. Maybe not my favorite from the show, but probably within the top 2 or 3. And well, let's just get this going then, shall we? You get a little bit of tang from the apple cider vinegar, and it is that sort of apple cider aspect to it. Super nice though. Wow. Yeah, I am beyond pleased with this sauce. This has been one of the happier finds from the show for me. And a lot of times, I think some years the sauces to me were just kind of eh. But like my impression is that they've always tried to have really good sauces on the show. They don't always get there for me, but with this one, the other stuff I've had from Adoboloco, I haven't, honestly, I haven't really loved a lot of it. This one, I do. I flat out love this sauce. It is fantastic. Easily the best thing that I think Adoboloco has done. But like I said, one of the best sauces on that show. And I think this is only his second or third, maybe, sauce from that show that is in Sauce of the Year contention. It's a annual award that I bestow at the end of every year. And so this is in the running for 2025. So as far as food, what I did was I actually put it, so it's between the cheese. It's between the cheese and the burger here. This is just Havarti cheese on some grilled burgers. And I'll just show you what that looked like. Here's the process right now. All right, so for this part, what I like to do here, and this is something my dad used to do with barbecue sauce. Here I'm doing with the Adoboloco. We're just gonna pour it right on, and the burger there. Then we're gonna seal it in with cheese. Cheese right on top there, and Havarti's not quite a super strong flavor, so we're gonna add a little extra. So we got 2 there, and then I'll know which is which. 2 there. All we're gonna do is melt the cheese, and as soon as we get done, we will bring it back and try this baby out. Both of them. Right, so let's try it with just the burger and the cheese by itself. This is a Balia bun that I cut the ends off because they got stale. That's why it has a square shape. Oh, man. Oh. The vinegar actually reads a bit more, oddly enough, with the presence of the cheese there. Get a good amount of heat. Smokiness is there, but it also has that nice sort of charred grilled flavor where you get kind of a Maillard effect. With burgers, because they smoke so much anyway, you get the grease dripping down on the burner tent and everything, and it just, wow. That is so good. Yeah. I think it bolsters something I've always, maybe not always, but I've said for a really long time, that if you make your sauce taste good enough, there's almost nowhere it can't go. Obviously, this isn't going to work for like desserts, so I won't go there, but dessert sauces are really kind of their own thing, in my view. This is, in fact, by the time this is posted, there will be many more between now and then. But as of right now, the filming of this is my first grill out of 2025, and it is nice, super nice. Burgers, I did put a touch too much salt on them. My fault. I mean, obviously nobody else salted them. When I do burgers, I try to have a consistency to them. And sometimes I forget. They really don't need to be salted and peppered on both sides. They're just not. See, this is just not really thick enough to support that. So, they are cooked to perfection. I like my burgers because I use almost exclusively grocery store hamburger. I like my burgers to have very, very little pink. So they're right on the verge of going into well. Not well done, but I do love the Maillard effect as well. So that's kind of my compromise. When I put them on, they go on super hot. And then I knock down the heat. And then the first time I flip it, it really should be, I should have some of that nice crust. And then when I flip it is when a lot of the major cooking will get done. And then I flip it, I only flip it burgers 3 times total. No, I lied, twice. I only flip burgers twice, ever. When I make the burgers, I try to handle them as little as possible. So essentially, I don't want to overwork the meat. I just want to handle it enough, form it into a ball, and put it between a couple pieces of wax paper, and then take the bottom of a glass, like a actual glass made of glass, and use that to stamp it flat while it's on the cookie sheet that has the wax paper. So, cookie sheet, wax paper, burger, wax paper, glass. And because I'm starting with a ball, as perfectly spherical as I can make it, you tend to get a very uniform and consistent patty. And that means that it's going to cook at more or less the same speed for all the areas of it. I've seen people, they all that business trying to get the center less thick than the outer edges. But to me, that's the best way I've found of doing it. If you start with a ball, press it flat, the idea is that the glass surface will cover more or less as far as it's going to expand, and you get uniform pressure throughout. And you can make them, like, if you like them thicker than this one was, I don't know, maybe a little bit under a 1/2 inch thick. You can, of course, make them a lot thicker if you want to, with the same methodology. You might have to make the balls a little bit bigger, but okay. Wow, that was I could go for more. I could go for more. I could happily go for more. I don't know why they call this a taco sauce, because to me it works fantastic on tacos, but it is so much more than that. I mean, that's fine. Call it taco sauce. You know, it's your sauce. Do whatever you want. But to me, this goes on such a wider array of stuff because it is just such a great tasting sauce. I would actually call it somewhat, I think, of a gateway sauce, because certainly with the ghosties and the scorpions, it's got a really nice punch to it. It's not overwhelming. I think this is like a 6 or 7 on the show. For me, it's a 2. It is not anywhere near either of those two numbers. Assuming, and I don't know if the hot ones means this to be the case or not. I just assume that whatever its placement is on the show is what they want to have for a heat rating. I think that's somewhat borne out by some of the label copy and stuff, but what I normally do is I either split the sauce position in half, or in this case in a third, and that's about right. So, but I think this one definitely, because it tastes so good, it's a perfect gateway sauce, because it starts introducing people to higher heat sauces, but it is so delicious you want to just keep going. And that to me is really what an ideal sauce actually does. That is a characteristic of a very ideal sauce, where you get, it may be hotter than you might have thought you wanted, but it is so delicious you just press on ahead anyway. And that for me is where this one falls. And I really this I probably will have to get another bottle of this. Probably won't do it until the Black Friday sales, or whenever they have those at Heatonist. I haven't seen it anywhere other than Heatonist. So, their Black Friday sales, I think one time they had 25% or something like that. One time they had 40%. When they're normally fairly expensive to buy from, and I don't think they ever give free shipping. But, oh no, actually they do. You have to buy a bunch of stuff to get it, but the shipping, I think, is built in. That's why the sauces are so expensive. It's built into the cost of a lot of them. But this one, I probably will be getting another bottle of this just to have, because I love this sauce so much when that Black Friday sale rolls around. So, like I said, again, best thing Adoboloco has done by a long shot for me. And as well, one of the very best sauces from the Hot Ones show. We'll just leave it right there. So that was the Adoboloco Jalapeno Chico hot sauce. Now go forward in peace to serve the flame.